Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Simnaya. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So I don't know if you all have heard about what is going on and what is happening to veterans, and also there will be more to happen because I learned that about 80,000 federal workers, veterans will be fired. Right now, I am going to ask this: in as much as we are flogging this man for all the things he is doing with Queen Elonia, I am asking who were the people that put him into office? Veterans were also the ones that put him into office, and now you all are saying why he told you people that are. I mean, all the things he said he was going to do, he did. The Medicares and all that going to be covered and the rest of it. So I am going to ask you, as a veteran that served your country, is this how you are supposed to be treated as somebody that served his country? You went, majority of them went on war, came back, they are no longer the same. Life is hard for them, and they are trying as much as they can to, to live, right? So how come it is the veterans that you are in there, that you are sacking? They said they are trying to cut costs. Then I am going to ask you people, how much is Queen Elonia being paid? Why you people are cutting costs? They are cutting tax for billionaires. When you are out there suffering, even you with your small scale business, because majority of you were so ignorant to believe that he was going to cut tax for you. Cut tax for you as who? Let's get into this video.
Earlier today, a VA whistleblower sent me this. This is Donald Trump and Elon Musk's plan to destroy the Department of Veterans Affairs, the healthcare and benefits system that millions of veterans depend on. How are they going to do that? They're going to work with their little crony, VA Secretary Doug Collins, and they're going to fire 83,000 people who work at the VA. As you might know, about 1/3 of all federal employees are veterans. So we're talking about an increase in jobless veterans by tens of thousands from this cut alone. And we're just talking about VA employees, not to mention that some of these people help veterans get jobs. Others are doctors and nurses. Others process claims and benefits. Now, the Secretary of Veterans Affairs keeps coming and creating these cute online videos to talk about how he's changing things and shaking things up, and veterans shouldn't expect the status quo. And to be honest, I don't think he has any idea what's in this memorandum. It's not worth the paper it's written on. So this is the guy, the Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Doug Collins. And apparently he's not busy enough because Donald Trump tried to give him 2 additional full-time jobs to run the Office of Special Counsel and to run the Office of Government Ethics. And maybe that's true. Maybe he's not a full-time Secretary of Veterans Affairs because he's got Elon Musk doing his hiring and firing decisions for him. Nobody ever voted for this guy. This billionaire's only interest is stripping veterans and Americans of earned benefits. His goal isn't just to enrich himself through government contracts. And he's not just trying to eliminate government contracts for his competition. Elon Musk and his doggy boys are going into the VA and canceling contracts for veteran small businesses, for things like suicide prevention and helping veterans end homelessness problems. This guy is cutting cancer research for veterans. The Secretary of Veterans Affairs should be ashamed of himself. A Hitler-saluting Elon Musk running the VA for him? No, for veterans, this is not acceptable. And this guy, Donald Trump, another billionaire who wants nothing more than to lower his and his friends' taxes on the back of veterans who served this country. He goes around and says how he's so great for veterans and you can't build a strong VA and gut it at the same time. This guy is sending his cronies out to lie for him and to say that by removing services from the VA, they're going to provide more services at the VA. Look, this guy keeps going around and saying that veterans love him. That couldn't be further from the truth. Look, if you're pissed off about what Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Secretary of Veterans Affairs Doug Collins are doing to you and your healthcare system, how they're trying to cut veterans' benefits and make it so that we're stuck in waiting lines all the time, if you're disgusted by the fact that Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and Doug Collins want the new VA motto to be delay, deny, and hope that they die, do me a favor and post a video of you making confetti out of these guys. And post a video where you describe how these cuts are going to affect your life. and show Donald Trump what you think of him. Donald Trump and Elon Musk's plan to destroy the Department of Veterans Affairs.
I just want y'all to first go back and watch that video. And secondly, look at this. She said this. Because I know a lot of Trump humpers and veterans for Trump don't understand that these people don't give a fuck about him. So I'm going to make sure you see how they feel about you. Some of y'all might not give a shit because you voted for it anyway. But I really want you to take a good look at this. Pause and read. Pause and fucking read. May not be fit to have a job at this moment. And she doesn't stop, literally. Serves this country, but at the same time, we have taxpayer dollars. We have fiscal responsibility to use taxpayer dollars to pay people that actually work. That doesn't mean we forget our veterans by any means, she added. We're going to care for them in the right way. What the fuck does that mean? But perhaps they're not fit to have a job at this moment or not willing to come to work. And we can't, I wouldn't take money from you to pay somebody and say, sorry, they're not going to come to work. It's just not acceptable. And I clipped this so you can see right at the bottom, hoping I can get my job back. Veteran who voted for Trump fired from IRS. The other day, I was watching YouTube. I was watching The Vanguard. Great guys, by the way. You really should follow them. And they were showing a video where Jake Uger was on Julian Michaels' podcast or whatever the fuck it is, right? And he said, what I try to tell my friends on the left is, of course we care about trans people. But when I hear that my tax dollars are going to pay for their surgeries in jail, I have a problem with it. That's my tax dollars. I shouldn't pay for your transition. He sounded exactly like Alina Habba did when it came to the veterans. Exactly like her. This is beyond Dubicon behavior. Beyond. This is a fuck you. This is we're going to put this in your face and we're going to tell you, fuck you. This is what we're going to say in your goddamn face. This is what that is. This is what that is. And the problem I'm having is how many people are okay with it. How many veterans that got fired from the Veterans Administration? How many of y'all voted for this? How many? How many of you voted for this? Are you now questioning whether or not you should have? You see, I'm a veteran. I'm a black man in America. And my politics have always leaned left. They've never leaned right. They've always leaned it left. So the idea of taking care of veterans means something to me. It does. It absolutely does. When I was in uniform, it mattered something to me. Now that I'm out of uniform, it matters to me. Veterans issues absolutely 100% matter to me. When I heard they were scaling back the Veterans Crisis Line hotline people, I had a problem with that. But I noticed how many people with all them damn flags in their names don't seem to give a shit. You love this country so much. You love this so much. If it had an orifice, you'd fuck it. Yet for some reason, we can watch as an administration shits on veterans who work at the VA and then say shit like, maybe they don't deserve a job at this time. No outrage. Just sit and take it. The veteran community doesn't even police itself. Doesn't even police itself. There is no problem with differing of political affiliations. There is a problem with differing of political affiliations so much that you fuck other veterans. That should be a problem. You're a conservative veteran. Okay. But if you know an enacting plan that is enacted by somebody you're about to vote for is going to hurt your fellow veterans, that should be a big stop sign going, maybe not. But it isn't. It isn't. It's just another day at the office, right? My politics matter more than the fact that my fellow brothers and sisters in uniform and out of uniform are probably going to get screwed on this. From a man that never served. Donald Trump never put on a uniform. Elon Musk has never put on a uniform. But you think somehow they were a better choice for veterans than Vice President Harris, Governor Tim Walz. How much shit did y'all give Governor Tim Walz about his military record? How much? I bet your ass right now wishes he was in charge of something involving the VA now, don't you? Because Pete Hegseth's a drunk who's getting rid of anything browner than milk. Elon Musk is slashing budgets to get ready for this, and I have to keep saying this, $4.5 trillion tax cut, and veterans get screwed. They show you on a nearly constant basis that they don't give a fuck about you. They show this to you. This is not a secret. Every veteran knows this. We are photo ops. They love showing up at a VFW when it's election time, standing next to the veterans. Probably one of the reasons I haven't joined an American Legion or a VFW yet, because I'll be goddamned if you're going to use me as a prop. How many fights have veterans who have conservative ideals, how many times have you looked at a veteran and said shit about him? They were fighting for you. You were fighting for yourself. Fuck all the rest of us, right? Right? The veteran community refuses to police itself up. It refuses. They believe that it's perfectly okay to have people amongst our ranks that maybe when we're in uniform, they might have saved our lives, but now that we're out and we depend on these benefits that we have earned with our blood, sweat, tears, body, and mind, fuck them. Oh, that's just a difference of opinion. Is it though? Is it? Firing veterans from working with the VA? Scaling back the Veteran Crisis Helpline and threatening to come after our benefits. But these people love America, right? They support the troops, right? Right? The men and women we have in uniform now are political footballs. They don't know who's going to lead them. Because we have a drunk as Secretary of Defense who's all about merit and merit and translation. If your ass is browner than flour, we got a problem with you. Was this what you were looking for? Was this what you were looking for? Is this the treatment that men and women who have given their bodies in defense of this nation, do you think that's what they deserve? A secretive email with no heading, nobody's claiming it, no signature, telling you, hey, we know you were a veteran. We understand that you've done service to this country. Thank you for your service, which is empty, but you got to get out of here. You're fired. And then having an advisor for the president of the United States basically said, well, they were lazy anyway. They didn't want to come to work. I bet you think this is good America, though, right? Right? Blue Falcon, in other words. You screwed us all. But you swear you love this country. If you love this country, why would you vote to have somebody come in that hurts every veteran? Make it make sense.
This is all I got from this video. And in as much as I have been blaming Donald Trump all this while, right? This time around, I am holding on the red reins. Why am I? And before I start, I am going to tell them thank you all so much for all your services. And why I am not blaming the 92% Black women and the 80 something percent, 80% Black men that voted, because I know that I still have my people that are veterans, and I am saying thank you all so much for your services. You all have made so much impact, in as much as they are not seeing it. We see you all. We know how much you fought. You know how hard it is. Some of you, those that went to war, some did not come back normal. Some did not come back even alive. But the ones that made it alive, I am glad you all made it alive. And I really do hope that there will be a way out towards all these things going on now, because 80,000, it's a whole lot. But before I dive into it, I am going to ask this question. I remember before the election, why a lot of Black people were calling the veterans and all that and asking them to make the right decisions, right? And in the end, the fact that majority of white people that are also veterans were lying on the internet, I am voting for blue. And after election, they ran away from the internet. I haven't seen them to this very moment. They are still running because they lied to the world that they were going to vote blue and they ended up voting red, right? Now, who were the people that voted for him? A lot of veterans voted, right? I really do not even know why you people voted. It's just like the same thing happening to Labor Congress, Labor Union, right? The ones that also voted against their own interests and they are running around looking for help. I do not even know how to console you people. The only people that I am going to console are my own people there, because they are the only one that deserves consolation. Why I am also sad is because when this thing is happening to the people that voted for him, it is also affecting the ones that did not vote for him. That is how silly the whole thing is. I wish they can single my people, but it's not possible, because I saw some of them asking, could they be singled out from the suffering or from the things going on because they voted for him? That is to tell you how mean majority of them are. They lit the fire that is burning, but they are asking fire service that couldn't quench the fire. Is there how we can just turn off our own uh, the lights that is burning in our house so that I will be safe? We'll let other people burn. That is the exact how to describe what they are asking for. You all voted for him, and you all are seeing what is going on. Now, I am going to say that it is quite unfortunate that some people really do not understand how this politics works, because I still see a lot of people saying he said he was going to cut tax. Cut which tax? What are you doing that he's going to cut tax for you? You said you were a business person. You think just because you're a business person, he's just going to come out and make tax deduction or reduction that will suit your business? No. There are some people that tax reduction, or that they are going to cut tax for. Not everybody. It doesn't happen to every other person. It happens to only billionaires. Billionaires are the ones that are benefiting from this organization, including them too. Donald Trump did not serve his country. He's not a veteran. But I am not saying that anybody that is not a veteran and was Elon Musk is not also a veteran. So how come the people that do not even know, like, where did he? Now I keep asking you, how did Elon Musk get into White House? Because it's like a misery. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been thinking about this. How did this man get into White House? Someone that came to illegally. Is he not supposed to be deported? Is Melania not supposed to be deported? Now, this is to tell you that selective amnesia, that is how it works, The people that will remove people that are close to them are innocent, but other people are not innocent. I hope this year will teach a lot of people a lesson that they will never forget in their entire life. I am signing out. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.